say I'm a kid right now. I'm in high school, probably a junior year, maybe sophomore, junior, right? And I love basketball, and I really have all these goals. I want to make it to the next level. Every day I'm shooting hoops. Every day I'm outside grinding, and I
Yeah.
don't see myself as positioned as another athlete. What advice would you give to somebody in that position?
Honestly, that's my story, bro. Like when I was a sophomore in high school, I didn't have no offers. You feel me?
Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Blackatalyst Podcast. It's me, Kyle, your host, and today we got a hooper in the building. My boy Chase is here. He plays Division I basketball at Northwestern University. So we're just gonna talk a little bit about his journey and some advice that he feels he can give to other players out there. So Chase, tell me a little bit about why ball was it for you?
First, thanks for having me on this, bro. I appreciate that. But honestly, like people say it, but ball is just like my home away from home. You feel me? It's just like when you on the court and it's just like you hooping, you with your friends, like even like if you don't take ball seriously, like when you're in the park, I feel like time just goes by so fast and
Mm-hmm.
you really just be in there just having fun, bro. And honestly, I just took that to heart. Like when I started playing ball, like I was probably fourth grade, fifth grade, and just like there was no other experience I had that like made me feel like I did when I was on the basketball court. So just like taking that into my life and like all the life lessons I learned on the court, like that's really what shaped me into like who I am today. So like ball is really like people say ball is life, but ball is really life for me.
Now I hear that. So do you feel like if you had to have an experience that you had on the court and certain things that you learned through playing the game that you would not be able to have certain opportunities or certain things that you do now?
No, most definitely.
Mm.
Um, like just in general, like ball in sports in general, but ball specifically to me, it has taught me like how to deal with people, be in the team environments, and just like the opportunities that basketball has presented me, like whether it be school wise or just like meeting different types of people, like I wouldn't be anywhere close to the person or in the position I am today. So like ball has really shaped me into, what I am.
I got you. So say I'm gonna give you a scenario right now. Say I'm
Yeah.
a kid right now. I'm in high school, probably a junior year, maybe sophomore, junior, right? And I love basketball, and I really have all these goals. I want to make it to the next level. Every day I'm shooting hoops. Every day I'm outside grinding, and I
Yeah.
don't see myself as positioned as another athlete. What advice would you give to somebody in that position?
Honestly, that's my story, bro. Like when I was a sophomore in high school, I didn't have no offers. You feel me? I was outside shooting every day. But the thing that I think that really helped me in my future was just consistency, like even without the offers, without the recruiting services, without everything that's, so you see some other athletes getting, just when you get between them lines, like none of that stuff matters, honestly. So like honestly staying in the gym, like right now it's hard to get in gyms, obviously, but staying outside, finding other ways to get better, push ups, sit ups, running, like just consistent work, and building that work ethic. Because when you get to college, bro, all them high ranked players, all that stuff, like you see dudes who was never ranked, never had any scouting services come and take their spot just because they produce on the court. So it's all about just working hard and, building your skills up to, when you get that opportunity to show yourself.
So would you say that you like a big believer in the fact that once preparation meet opportunity, then you'll excel? So if you always prepare when the opportunity comes, you could just take it and run with it?
Yeah, but also I think basketball's such a mental game and the sports in general. So it's like I was talking to my friend about this the other day. You could practice and shoot, lift, do as much as stuff, do as much things as you need to prepare. But like when you get in that situation, like you have to be mentally strong and just like believe in yourself. Because if you could shoot as much as you want, do all that stuff, but if you're on the court scared, you're on the court nervous, like your production won't be as much as you possibly could make it. You know what I mean? So just obviously put that work in, but believe in yourself, have that confidence in yourself. Do what you need to do for that. But that's the biggest thing.
Is confidence, you would say, is the biggest thing?
Yeah, confidence. Yeah, over everything.
I got you. And I know, like, in your journey too, like, you played school ball and you was also playing, like, ball in other leagues outside. Would you recommend that people do that as well?
Yeah. That's where you find the game at. Like at AAU, park leagues, whatever it be. Because like school ball is going to be regimented. You're going to have a system. You're going to have players that the coaches like. There's going to be politics involved. But like when it comes to AAU and all that stuff, that's really where guys get jiggy and like really where guys find themselves. You know what I mean? And it's just like even playing the part, like Dykeman, freaking New York, like all these other different things. Like this is where kind of find your game, also build up a reputation for yourself and give yourself that confidence. Like, like I'm hooping against so-and-so, this guy, whoever it is. And it's like I'm competing and I'm doing my thing. So it's just like, if I can do this on this stage, you know what I mean? When I get to this stage, it's going to be an even easier transition.
I got you. And also, I want to talk about, too, like, a lot of people say that other people are more equipped because they got, like, these elite trainers or this, that, and the third. What's your personal view on, like, do you feel like a trainer is necessary for you to be nice, I would say?
No, I feel like, especially in today's world where it's just like everybody's trying to be Instagram famous. Everybody want to, get that, just the clout and all that stuff. And they want to be around the best guys, have the best, teammates and all that stuff. But, my personal advice is I have a trainer. So, like, I'm not saying by any means, like, trainers are bad or, like, they're not going to help you. But at the end of the day, like, you're going to be a trainer for 1 to most 2 hours a day. You feel me? Like, what you do in the other hours of your day. That's, like, what you take from your trainer, like, what you see from other guys at the trainer. Like, what you work on when nobody's watching you. Like, literally when you by yourself, no cameras, no nothing. That's really what's going to make you better. And it's like you see dudes who go to trainers like every day for 1 hour. That 1 hour a day that you're at a trainer, that's not going to get you better than if you at the trainer, you take a break, you go hoop by yourself. You feel me? Like you got to continue. So I said again, you got to continually put the work in consistently. And trainers are great to give you some guidance, the structure to what you need to do, but that drive you have by yourself and like those drills that you do on your own, that's where it's going to make you the player.
All right, so I know we spoke about mentality and the importance of like how mentality and having confidence in yourself is going to help you elevate. But from like a practical, technical level, what do you say skill wise you would tell a high school player to focus on that will help better their game overall?
That's a good question. I'd say with the way the game is going in general, definitely shooting. Any position, shooting and ball skills. Just be able to handle the ball, pass the ball, shoot. And this is specific because I'm a guard, so specifically for guards, learn how to play out of pick and rolls, learn how to, set your teammates up, learn how to read defenses because, coming from New York, like everything's one-on-one. Like if you go break a guy down and make him fall, whatever, but it's like at the next level, it's 5-on-5. Like you break your guy down, there's help, there's people rotating. Like you got to be able to see the defenses and make the proper play and make the right pass in every situation you're in. So just to answer the question in short, just ball skills, like just being comfortable with the ball in your hand in any situation.
I got you. I want to talk about the learning aspect that goes on, like without a ball in your hand in general. Like is film and like watching other players and watching other people a big aspect of your game or how you go about preparing for anything?
Yeah, most definitely. Because even at like college, because, like we obviously talking about the game, but like at every level you go to, like you're going to find guys who like even the best guys take from other guys. LeBron takes from Damian Lillard. Lillard takes from dudes across the league. So it's like as a high school player, college player, whatever it may be, you got to envision yourself in those positions and like envision yourself in those guys' shoes that you want to be. And just like seeing what makes other guys successful in your position and other positions too, but specifically your position. So like point guards, learn from the great point guards of the game. Even if they're not a great point guard, if somebody is a great pick and roll player, if they could read the defenses, just learning how, like trying to get in their brain, you feel me? And like pick things that you see that are like interesting and just like that will help you get your game to the next level.
I got you.
Yeah.
So in terms of, I got you. We're going with that. Did you feel like it was oh no, I remember the question I want to ask actually. Who would you say is your favorite player right now in the NBA and why would you say that's your favorite player?
Like playing right now?
Playing right now, yeah.
You see, my favorite player ever is Kobe, rest in peace. But
RP Kobe.
I have to say That's a hard question, bro. I learned from a lot of dudes, but
Hey, you could give me like your top 5 then, like.
I'll say C.J. McCollum, KD, Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, and I'll say Bradley Beal. You know, I feel like those dudes right there, like they have a combination of so many things. Like Klay, he's a shooter. He has the smoothest shot in the league. Kyrie, obviously, everybody knows it for his handle, but the way he reads defenses, like his finishing ability is crazy. Like it's a whole nother level. Feel me? Bradley Beal's an upcoming star in the league. Like he's a star, but he's not even getting recognition that he really deserves, to be honest. But like the thing he does on the court is just it's crazy. Like he's averaging 30. Like he's really like changing the game and like just the little things, like the way he creates space, like the way he sees the defender and like reacts to what they do. It's just like me as a college player, like trying to get myself to that level, like seeing a guy like him just consistently, just every day, like working and putting in the results and, you know, getting the results on court. It's inspiring. And then what else I said? Because all of those dudes, to be honest, like they just have a different mentality coming to every game. It's just like something to look up to.
What do you feel about like a John Morant from the situation he came into, like very, like I don't say a bad situation, but he wasn't in like a top program, people would say, and he still worked his way to become like the second pick. Like, how would you feel about a guy like that?
I mean, it's a story to tell. Like me, I came from the major, so like I transferred from William Mary to Northwestern, so I understand that life of like not being at that level and like playing against, you know, like every game is like opportunity for you. But for him personally, like he could have transferred, like he could have left and went to any school in the country. I mean, like even after his freshman, like he wasn't even one of those freshmen that like people were talking about, like, oh, he needs to be a one and done type stuff. But he stayed true to his process, and he, you know, you could ask him. His mentality about himself, he thought he was the best dude on the court every time he stepped on the court, and that showed. Like with his athleticism, the way he moved the ball and got his teammates involved, like he just had a different approach to games that many players, you know, they just don't have, and like they don't adopt. So like for us to see a story like him, number 2 pick coming from Murray State, like people don't really know about Murray State, but when you hear Murray State, more first person you think about is John Morant.
For a fact.
So like kids coming from mid-major schools, low major schools, like whatever it may be, like you could make it. Like that ass. Like it's not about being of the Dukes or the Kentuckys. It's about how you play and what you do on the court and the production that you produce. You feel me? So
I got you. Did you feel like you experienced like a shock coming from like a high school student athlete to a college student athlete?
there was definitely some shock there because, you know, in high school you're the man. Like you get the ball every time. You feel me? It's just like, and my fault.
There you go.
For like college, high school athletes coming up, like these college coaches, they lie. Like they will lie right to your face when they recruit you, bro. It's just like you gotta take everything they say with a grain of salt. And you know, like they'll tell you, oh, like you don't come in, you're gonna start, or like, you know, you're gonna come in, there's an opportunity for minutes. But no matter what, the moment you're on campus, like it's ground zero. Like you gotta earn your keep. You gotta compete. Like the same way they telling you that, they telling the returners the same shit they telling you. You know what I mean? And they telling all the other freshmen coming in, which, oh, there's opportunity, this, down the third. But it's like in practice, you know, in workouts, pick up, whatever it may be, you gotta go in there and compete and play your balls off. That's what's gonna prove to the coach. And even at times, like there's times where you compete and you're busting ass all week in practice, all month, and you're still not getting that burn. You're still not getting what you think you deserve. But that's just like the overcoming. That's just the consistency. Because if you're doing it over and over again, I promise you, you're gonna get your opportunity. And then if you do well in your opportunity, that's when everything blows up for you. So just like for high school players going to college, like just take it all with a grain of salt. Take it day by day. Like don't think too far in the future. Take it game by game, good game, bad game, scratch it off, on to the next.
So really don't dwell too much on each opportunity. Just give your all every time.
Basically, yeah.
I got you. In terms of like you making a switch from one university to another university, what was some of the difficulties you had in that?
I'd say just adjusting. Like in any situation, just like meeting new people, being in new environments, like my situation was a little different because I came into the year with an injury. So like I couldn't play with my team the whole summer. Like the first time they see me play, like play was like a week before the first game. So like we already had summer workouts, everybody cool with each other. Like obviously I'm being a great teammate. I'm trying to, immerse myself in the team as much as I can. But like when you're playing basketball and playing a sport, by you not playing basketball with the team, like that automatically is like a disconnect.
Because of chemistry.
Chemistry and all that. So just it was a big adjustment for me, to be honest. But like I just said, like I took it every day, day by day, with just a smile, just try to get better, learn from the coaching staff, learn from my teammates, learn from the staff that they had around the team. So it was a big learning adjustment, I said.
And was the programs like very, very different in nature how they were ran?
Bro, it was crazy. And like I love, no disrespect to Wayne Mary, I love Wayne Mary. I think for everything they've done for me. But Northwestern just ran everything at a much higher level. And you could just tell between like the meals, like the nutrition, like the staff that they had, like they just invested so much more money and just like time and effort into making sure like the basketball teams and all the other teams were like well set off and able to compete at the Big Ten level or any level, any team that they play against. So just like that, and just the attention to like detail, you feel me? It's just like every team we played or studied or like even practiced, like every like thing was nitpicked at, like you being here, like you have to do this, like the way you coming off screens, like the screens you're setting, like everything was like, to perfection almost. And we didn't have a great year. Like we had a very bad year. So seeing that in a losing year just shows me like, say if we had
the potential,
the potential that we have to continue to grow as a team, like it's gonna be scary.
Nah, I see. In conclusion, like I'm about to sum it up right now, but do you feel like a player needs, you spoke earlier about like this Instagram clout, everybody want to be the best. Do you feel like a player needs a social profile in order to get some of these? Because you see people like all these athletes now, they got millions of followers on, like their high school players got 100,000 K on Instagram.
Yeah.
Do you think that's necessary or no?
Honestly, I don't think it's necessary, no, because there's dudes like, if you look at Colin Sexton, for example, he plays on the Cavs. He didn't have social media, and he jumped from unranked to top 10 player from his junior, senior, something like that. So it's just like, yes, I'm not saying it doesn't help, like that platform and followers and all that stuff like that helps immensely. Like that could turn a player's recruitment around. But if you're in but that's only for the players that are like already at that level, or like for building up to that level. If you're a top 10 player in the country, like you're going to have a bunch of kids and you're going to have a big following just because of what you've already done and what you've proved. But like if you're on the other spectrum where you're not a great, well, not saying you're not a great player, but you don't have a great platform, or like you don't have the scouts and all the stuff, like those other players do. Social media can be a distraction, it could make you focus on the wrong things. So, I like what I say, like I'm a big believer in results, production, and, working hard and work ethic. So like if you do those things, bro, like you could delete Instagram and you work hard and you start showing out and you cancel and all that stuff, you're gonna come back to your phone in a couple months. And all those followers that you probably thought you would have had would be on your phone just because of what you did on the court, like the work you put in. So like to answer your question, like that stuff, like it really don't matter. Like you gotta put the work in, you gotta produce, and then everything will follow in hand with that.
Actually, I know I said that was in summary, but one more just came to my head that I feel like might be beneficial. If you could say like 3 drills, you only got a ball and what is 3 drills you would tell somebody to do?
No hoop, just the ball.
I mean, you can have a hoop too. Let's say hoop, you and ball.
Well, first I say very basic form shooting. Just one hand, just seeing the ball go in. Make sure your elbow's straight. However your form is, just making sure that your mechanics on your form is good, and just that's starting in 5 feet from the basket, building out a step. You don't come on the court and start shooting threes. You got to start, close to the basket. So that's the first one, form shooting. Second one is if anybody is watching this and they're looking for ball handling drills, a kid named Payton Pritchard. He went to Oregon. He's one of the top players in the country. he has a great, like, amazing ball handling circuit he has with just one ball. If you look up on YouTube, paint picture ball handling, it's probably like a 3-minute video, but he cuts it in short for each ball handling drill. But if you watch that and like do those drills, you know, it don't even have to be every day, you know, like 5 days a week, 4 days a week, whatever time you got. Like if you do that consistently, your ball handling will get much better. So that type of drill, like those type of drills where it's just you're pushing yourself, you know, trying to lose the ball, you know, trying to get your handle tight. And thirdly, this for bigs and guards, just your touch around the rim, you know, just because you see like at the NBA level, you're playing against 7-footers like day in and day out. So you can't be trying to dunk on every 7-footer you see. You're trying to, you know, lay the ball up at the rim. So floaters, like not hook shots, but like extended layups, left and right hand. You know, you got to have both hands to be successful at any level. But just those 3 things: form shooting, make sure your form's tight; ball handling drills, paint picture, I recommend, is a great mentor for that, and just your touch around the rim.
You got you. Yo, Chase, I really appreciate you, bro, for the time for this interview. Yo, let the people know where to follow you, bro.
Hey, bro, listen, my boy Kyle right here, he's different, bro, so I appreciate you having me on. But follow me on Instagram at Chase Audige _. Any questions, anything, I'm down. Like, I'm always trying to help out the younger generation, even older guys, if they got questions for me too. But yeah, I appreciate you having me on this, bro.
No doubt, bro. I really appreciate your time. Yo, everybody, if you tuned into the podcast, follow Black Catalyst on social media. You already know that. And we out.